The Christian church showing you this here. Blonde hair with blue eyes and green eyes. But when you read the Bible now, you ain't see that. So why the man doing that? Exactly. You check, they're trying to trick the people them. They realizing the people who they're lying to is a special people. And they want to keep we last to praise them. You check, but we're going to go to what the Bible said. How he is.
Sometimes if I got rid of the reading to trick the people them, but I read of that if you notice like things in school, like they teaching the kids, read of that reading things to like that they don't understand and they catching the children.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but they're doing that right now in the Bible too, because they say Christ, they put in themselves as Christ, the white people is Christ. But when you check it out now, the Bible is saying that. So we're gonna show you what the Bible said.
Bring it out.
Let me get that into Revelation 1 and 1.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now the revelation, what reveal means? Reveal means to bring out something what's being hidden. So right now, in the first chapter is letting you know they're going to reveal the description of Jesus Christ. So let me get to the point, to 14.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So according to the scripture, he said his hair and his head were white like wool. Which set of people you know got woolly hair? Huh? You?
Yeah.
You got woolly hair. Black people got woolly hair. Right? When you watch this picture, that they look like wool. So that is a lie right there already. Blonde hair, just far along and just far along. When you come out over here, you just stand up. Exactly. Now continue.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now they say his eyes now. The scripture says eyes is as a flame of fire. When you watch a picture now, it's showing you his eyes blue or green. That's what them and the Christian church guide us. So that is our next line. Now some of us just say now, Christ's eyes red from smoking weed. But ain't from that. One of Christ's first miracle, you know what one of his first miracle is? He turn water into what?
Wine.
Exactly. So he most likely take a sip off of that. So let me prove that for you. So we're gonna show you why Christ's eyes is a flame of fire. Read that in Genesis 49 and 12.
Bring it out.
So we're gonna show you the color, why Christ's color is the flame of fire. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
So you see his eyes is red from wine, not from smoking. So let me go back now, so we could finish the description. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Now back in them days, them man ain't got no Jordans and no sneakers and so his sandals and man get. So when the man see foot, he says his foot is like unto fine brass, just like what you stated before. But not only that is unto fine brass, what else would go with that?
As if they burned in a furnace.
Now you take the same brass, you know what is a furnace? And you put it in a furnace, and you leave it there for a little while and you pull that out. What color that gonna come out?
Red.
Not red. If you put rice or bread in an oven and you leave it for a long time, what gonna happen to it? He go burn. He go turn black. So basically what it's telling you, Christ is a dark complexion man. Just like you don't flavor them man. Yes, so he's a dark colored skin man. Totally different from what the man got in the Christian church. Because if you go in the Christian church and you ask them man to go in the Bible to show you this description, you can't find it. You can't find it. So the line to be right there already. Well, I won't say the correct.
I'm saying few words that supposed to be in the Bible can't bring in the Bible.
Yes, sometimes time the man, yeah, you have time the man take things out of the Bible, but all of them man take things out of the Bible is still real, and the Bible is still for a certain set of people, regardless of what the man take out. Because some of the Bible, they do take stuff out of it. But nothing the white man put in the Bible contradicting what it is for a certain set of people. In other words, if the man write the Bible, he got certain things that man ain't gonna put in there.
Right.
You check? So if the man was to be writing the Bible for themselves, they ain't gonna put Christ as a black man. You gonna find Christ as a white man inside there. So that's showing you that in that man write write this Bible here, because they will put the Bible to fit themselves. Bible according to themselves. They ain't teaching it the right way, because we don't know that the Bible was written for us. But if we have to show you a couple of scripture, we're going to show you that the Bible is for us. Our whole history that in the Bible.
That's right.
why I'm asking you what's your nationality, because if you go to the white man, they're going to tell you they're Caucasian. The Arab, they're going to tell you there's Arab. The Chinese, they're going to tell you there's Chinese. But we don't call ourselves all kind of different names. We don't have one name for ourselves. Even down to the African, they're going to tell you there's African. But all blacks, they all black. They got different black. But we know, we get all kind of name. Negro, Afro-American, Crucian, Trinidadian. But we're going to show you what the Bible calls us according to nationality. You familiar with the Bible when Moses saved the people out of Egypt? Okay, Moses saved a set of people out of Egypt because they was in a slave condition. So Moses went to save these people out of slavery from Pharaoh, who is in Egypt. So right now, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he's telling you now, the Lord going to bring you into Egypt again. But when Moses saved them out of Egypt, they walked out of Egypt. But this, right here in the scripture now, Moses telling them that they're going to go into Egypt again. But the Egypt they're going to is not the place in Egypt. So I'm going to show you the different meaning to Egypt, because as I tell you, it's two meanings, a physical and a condition. Let me get Exodus 20 and 2.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What house of bondage sound like it mean to you? Huh? Okay, bondage. What bondage mean? Okay, bondage kind of mean being held without your consent. Or slavery. Exactly. So you're there in bondage. So he's telling you he's saving you out of the house of slavery, the house of bondage. So the house where you've been in a bad condition, Moses saved them out of that condition, what they've been in. Let me get that in Exodus 1 and 30 to show you the condition what the people been in Egypt when they were under Pharaoh. So get that in Exodus 1 and 30.
Exodus chapter 1 verse 13. The Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
You hear what he said? The Egyptians. What color the Egyptians then be? That you know of. What do you think? What do you think the color of the Egyptians then be? The Egyptians are also black people.
Yeah.
The Egyptians is black people. Read it again from the top.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
So the Egyptian had the children of Israel to serve with rigor. You know what rigor mean? Hard work. Hard, rough work. And he's going to explain it. Continue.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
You hear the same word there, bondage again? Bondage again. So they're doing hard slavery work. Continue.
In mortar.
In mortar. You know what is mortar? Mixing cement. Go ahead.
And in brick.
In bricks. So you don't have an idea of what they're doing. They're building structures. They're building stuff. They're not doing all the hard work. Go ahead.
And in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein made them serve was with rigor.
You hear that? They had them doing all kind of work in the field. And the work what they're doing was hard work with rigor. And man, there in the sun, mixing cement and you check. So just imagine that. what a man going through. So that was the people Moses saved out of Egypt. So now Moses reasoned with them after he saved them, right when Moses parted the sea and saved them and they're in the wilderness now. Moses gathering them now and he's speaking to them now and warning them about something was going to happen. You check? So he lay in the wilderness talking to them, letting them know now. Go back to 68 now.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
No, the Lord said he will bring you back into Egypt again, but Egypt now is not the place Egypt. This Egypt is slavery. You check? They're telling you because that's the condition they wasn't in Egypt. They was in a slavery condition. So the slavery they're going in, they walk out of Egypt the first time. But this Egypt they're going into is in a different way of transportation. Go ahead.
With ships.
No, they're going in to slavery by the way of ships. Which set of people you know? Right? See it?
Yeah, you got what you did, yeah.
Went into slavery by the way of ships. What national nation of people you will say went into slavery by ships? You want the Chinese?
Yeah.
The Chinese? Nah. The Chinese pack up on ship like sardine can and get chain iron around the neck and everything. Which set of people you know went through that kind of condition then? Exactly. They had no other set of people went through this kind of condition with chain around the neck and watch all these people down a ship like sardine can tie up. Woman and man tie up. Pissing and shitting everything.
They don't have this here. That's when they have the advantage over it and they don't have this here.
Well, in that is a reason why that happened, and we're going to get into that and show you why this happened to us. Right? So, as we said now, which set of people you know went into slavery? The black people, right? Now, continue.
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Now, the place where he's speaking to me, which is the same in the wilderness in Egypt, but when he said out of Egypt, he said we're going to see that particular Egypt there again. But where we're going is someplace different. As we show you, we went on to ships. Now, when we went on the ships, right, and they bring us to the dock like Don Frederick said, Christian said, Frederick said, even down in the different Caribbean island, we come out for the boat. They put we on a thing called an action block. What do you think they did to us after we come out for the action block? All right. That's right. Hear what the scripture said.
And there ye shall be sold.
Who you think bought us? The Arab too. The Arab had we in slavery before the white man them. Continue.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So the enemies is who now? Eh? Who do what to us? Who bought us?
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you now, as you were saying now, it's because of our mind way them man get over us.
No, I'm saying them at them time.
At them time.
At them time.
That's why they get we into slavery, because our mind wasn't right. Well, this is the reason why we went into slavery. Let me get that to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But before we go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15, I got a question. If Moses was talking to the people them in the wilderness and they was Israelites, right? He was talking to, and they get scattered all over the Caribbean, all in America, where would those who would be the Israelites today in this time? That's right.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word